My name is Ciarán. I have a taxation service called CryptoCount. I've been the first accountant in Ireland to be invoiced in Bitcoin, which I've been doing since 2023. I use Upright for it, so if John's here, shout out and thanks, John. So just in case, here I am. So basically, I've been working as an accountant for 25 years. Bought my first Bitcoin in 2017. Same as everybody in the room, I didn't buy enough. COVID changed it for me. COVID to me was Hiroshima. And when I looked at what was going to emerge in a post-COVID world, Bitcoin was the most obvious thing in front of me. So I decided that's where I was going to pivot my business and pivot myself, and that's what I've done. So that's what I'm working. We're focused on Bitcoiners, and as I said in the previous slide, there are three things I'm going to talk about. The last thing you want at 10:30 on a Saturday morning is an in-depth monologue about taxation. So I'll give you the basics, I'll give you what you need to know, I'll give you guiding principles on how to stay tax compliant, because like it or not, you need to stay tax compliant, non-negotiable. Sorry about that, that's the way it is. So, taxable event, it's a phrase you often hear. What is a taxable event? There are three things you can do that give rise to a taxable event. Number one, sell your Bitcoin for fiat, which is the obvious one in the exchange. Second one is if you swap. You made the mistake of buying an altcoin, you realized you shouldn't, you swapped it for Bitcoin. In the eyes of the revenue, or in the eyes of taxation law, that is treated as a simultaneous sale of crypto A and a purchase of Bitcoin. If you sold crypto A, when you've seen the light, you will have a selling price, you will have a purchase price, from which a gain or loss will be computed. And then on the back of that, that's where your tax liability may or may not arise from. The last one is using Bitcoin to purchase items. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if you buy a coffee or a t-shirt at a conference, nothing to worry about. Don't be wasting your time worrying about it. But if you buy a car, if you buy a large ticket item, it's treated as a sale of Bitcoin for that amount of fiat, which you then used to buy the asset you've just purchased. So that's how the revenue view it. Income tax, I told you to be quick. In Ireland, the tax year runs on the calendar year. We used to be April to April. We changed in 2002, I think it was, with Charlie McCreevy. So we work on the calendar year. Moving along, you register for income tax in Ireland if you have non-PAYE income of more than €5,000. What that means is, if you're self-employed or if you've got a rental property, if you have money that isn't coming into you on a monthly salary slip, you need to register for income tax. If you're registered for income tax, you file an income tax return called a Form 11. I'll go on to filing dates later. Filing dates, your 2025 income tax return is due to be filed by the 19th of November 2026. So you have until the end of the following year to file for the previous year. For Bitcoiners, any mining, staking, which doesn't really apply, I suppose, very much, but mining and staking are treated as income. So if any of you are lucky enough to win a block on your solo miner of your 3.125, you will have an income tax liability on that Bitcoin you have earned. Sorry to have to tell you. If you're registered for income tax and you file a Form 11, there is a section on the Form 11 to include your capital gains tax. You don't file a separate form. So a Form 11 encompasses everything. If, however, you're a PAYE employee on a salary and you're not registered for income tax, you need to file a form called a CG1, which is the capital gains tax form. Okay? So it's CG1 or Form 11, but not both. It's a common mistake people make. So one or the other. Capital gains tax. Capital gains tax in Ireland is a very punitive 33%. And the personal exemption is €1,270. Now for people of my generation, my hair colour, you'll know that €1,270 is the equivalent of 1,000 old Irish pounds before we adopted the euro. So that personal exemption has not moved in over 25 years. So it's there a long time. That's all I'm saying. So capital gain is a gain arising from the disposal of an asset. So if you sell Bitcoin for more than you paid, you've made a gain. However, if you sold Bitcoin and made a loss, and this is really important, and it applies to all assets, shares, property, Bitcoin, whatever, gold, whatever it is. If you sold at a loss compared to what you paid for it, that loss can be carried forward. And it's really, really important that that loss is recorded with the revenue commissioners on either a CG1 or a Form 11. Because as I say, it can be used indefinitely. Your calculation is your sales price minus your cost basis, minus any allowable expenses, minus the 1270. The other thing I should point out in relation to losses carried forward must be used before you can claim the 1270 exemption. People think they have the 1270 exemption regardless. They don't. The loss must be used first. Again, I can talk about it in detail if you need to, if you want to book a call or have a chat, no problem. If there's one slide you're going to pay attention to in this whole presentation, this is the one. If you don't know these facts, this will cost you money. The capital gains tax year is split into two parts. First part is 1st of January to the 30th of November. After the 30th of November, you've got 15 days, 2 weeks, to calculate what capital gains tax you owe, if any, and pay it to the revenue. So for those 2 weeks, we're out the door in the office. No Christmas parties, no nothing. We have 2 weeks to calculate it, because if we don't, there'll be penalties added to the amount of tax the client should have paid. So I say to people, if you finish trading, finished investing or selling in September, October, come to me, beat the rush. Because it's always a panic. It's handing in the homework on the last day. So January to November must be paid by the 15th of December. If you sell anything in December, you have until the 31st of January 2027 to calculate and pay. Now, I don't get much activity that time of year, that's fine. But the January to November one, I cannot overemphasize it. If you owe anything, pay it. If you're not sure how much you owe, make a payment that you know will be adequate and you can get back an overpayment. I have people who have, say, sold Bitcoin and they've got shares and they haven't got the annual statement from the share brokerage. What do I do, Ciarán? Give me an estimate. You owe, say, 4,300, pay 5,000. If you've overpaid, we will get it back, and in fairness to revenue, they will give you back the overpayment of your capital gains tax. But I'd rather be over than under. There are no penalties for being over, there are if you're under. Filing obligation. In addition to paying the tax on time, you must file the form on time, because if you don't, you're in breach of your capital gains tax obligations and a penalty will be applied, and there's nothing I can do about it or nothing anyone can do. So pay the tax on time, file the form on time, that's it. So failure to both pay and file on time results in a surcharge. Payment and filing are separate obligations. Do both. End of. I talk about this every year and I apologise for any stress it causes, but these are the facts. There's an EU directive it's being implemented at the moment called a Directive on Administrative Cooperation, known as DAC 8. The word there is directive. It's not a recommendation, it's not a suggestion, it's not a proposal. It's a directive. Therefore, it's live. You've all heard of the Crypto Asset Reporting Framework, which kicked in on the 1st of January 2026. In a nutshell, middle box, right-hand side. Transaction data will be shared among international tax authorities, ushering in an era of increased transparency. I took that of a Revenue Commissioner's annual report to save you having to read it, because it was a very long and tedious document. But that was the sentence you need. So in a nutshell, everything you do online in relation to your Bitcoin transactions is being recorded. I know from our friends in the UK, they recently put out on their, how do I say it, on the UK public tenders website, they're tendering for data analysts and specialists to interrogate online, on-chain data, to trace wallets, to trace movements, to trace transactions. So the level of compliance is ramping up. I'm not here to frighten you, but that's the way it is. So you can have all the boating accidents you want. If the Bitcoin moves no more than the Satoshi wallets, if it moves and there's a taxable event, you've got a tax liability. That's it, shin will. So What it means for you, your trading activities in crypto exchanges are visible to revenue, regardless of where the exchange is based. The amount of people who tell me I have an exchange and it's based in, I don't know, Honolulu, wherever it is, doesn't matter. When you open the account, you give your details, they know you're Irish tax resident, they are legally required to share that information with the revenue commissioners from 2026 onwards. That's it. Final comments. Nearly finished. If you've made profits in trading Bitcoin, deal with the consequence of tax aspects in an accurate and timely manner. Our system is based in Ireland, and most jurisdictions now, is based on self-assessment. You calculate the return. They don't calculate the return and tell you what you owe. It's up to you. So prepare an accurate, honest, and complete return, pay what you owe. Third point, your transactions are visible. Revenue has access to your trading activities and crypto exchanges, regardless of where the exchange is located, and they are, how do I say it diplomatically, they are becoming proactive in reaching out to people who they think have been engaged in trading Bitcoin and crypto. They are contacting people, they are asking questions. So the level of knowledge and the level of scrutiny is ramping up all the time. So keep your records, have everything in order. You're all smart, intelligent people. But last line, fail to plan, plan to fail. Go to Mila Mahagus. Shine.